Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And today, not a bad day. Once again, as we've talked about, it's going to stay below normal for the next day or two, but still not a bad day out there. As we head in now to October 11th and towards the middle of the month, we're seeing blue skies out there as we look down at most of the Wenatchee Valley from, I believe, Jump Off Ridge. As you can see, Wenatchee Heights in the middle of your screen. That's where our cross camera is, but not much wind today, just temperatures a little cooler. But we are going to see some changes as we move into next week. It's going to get a lot wetter, folks, especially some high mountain snow. We're talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and beyond. And that, in fact, it's going to be a very wet weekend next weekend. A lot of low elevation rain, some high mountain snow. Not quite as cold, though. That's the good news. We'll see temperatures more in the upper 50s to near 60, and we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A truck towing a tank filled with road sealant crashed on Highway 243 in Grant County early Thursday afternoon, spilling gallons of sealant on the roadway. It's not something you see every day, but a golf cart burst into flames at Campbell's Resort in Chelan last night. And for Washington State hunters, this is one of the biggest weekends of the year. But first, we begin tonight. A Lake Wenatchee man must serve 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to meth and heroin charges. 32-year-old Michael Stephen Arthur pleaded Wednesday to counts of heroin possession and meth possession with intent to deliver, as well as related charges. Drug task force detectives found more than a pound of meth in Arthur's vehicle during a July 30th search of his home. That's on Brayburn Road up in Lake Wenatchee. Investigators said the home was in filthy condition with 6 adults and 2 minor children living there. 4 other adult residents are charged with multiple drug offenses. Well, a truck towing a tank filled with road sealant crashed on Highway 243 early Thursday afternoon, spilling 60 gallons of the sealant on the roadway. The Washington State Patrol said 18-year-old Sonny Skeet of Mesa was driving about 8 miles south of Mattawa when his truck experienced a steering defect. He lost control of the trailer he was towing. It turned sideways and then flipped, landing in the bed of the pickup. The crash blocked both lanes of the highway, which was closed for 2 hours. Skeet was citing for speeding and defective equipment. Well, it's not something you see every day, but a golf cart burst into flames at Campbell's Resort in Chelan last night. About 5 p.m., Chelan Fire and Rescue firefighters arrived to find the cart fully engulfed. It was being driven by an employee of the resort who escaped without injury. Crews quickly extinguished the blaze, but the cart was a total loss. Well, for Washington State hunters, this is one of the biggest weekends of the year. NCWLIFE Sports Director Eric Granstrom tells us more.
Over 80,000 hunters will take to the woods and the sage of Washington State this weekend for the Modern Firearm Deer Season Opener. And many of those come from Western Washington here to the east side for a chance at a prized mule deer buck. While the deer populations are still rebounding from the harsh winter of 2016 and 17, favorable buck-to-doe ratios have been reported by the Department of Fish and Wildlife. The 4 counties in north central Washington, Okanagan County receives the most pressure with its public lands and the largest migratory mule deer herd in the state of Washington. In Chelan and Douglas counties last year, an estimated 1,631 deer were harvested, and of those, 1,300 were bucks. The Department of Fish and Wildlife likes to maintain a 25 to 100 buck-to-doe ratio. In Chelan County, it's rebounding now at 23 to 100, and in Douglas County, 27 to 100. The most recent numbers available estimate mule deer hunters spend over $1,000 every year on trip and equipment expenditures. The estimated economic impact to local and state economies in 2014 was $40 million. So deer hunting is big business, especially mule deer hunting here in north central Washington. If you're heading out this weekend and you're not a hunter, you might want to wear some bright clothing so you're not mistaken as a prize mule deer buck. Here in Douglas County at a secret location, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thank you, Eric. Coming up next, the Wenatchee Convention Center could see some structural changes in the future as the city looks to make the facility more regionally competitive. It's time once again for the annual Fall Harvest Roundup at Rocky Reach Park. And we'll let you know about some of the events happening around the valley for you to enjoy this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollege.edu/IT, where we work to get you to work.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. And in other news, the Wenatchee Convention Center could see some structural changes in the future as the city looks to make the facility more regionally competitive. The city is moving forward with plans to possibly redevelop the facility in order to adapt to a changing convention market. Last night, the City Council was presented with the results of a consultant study that recommends pursuing a strategic expansion of the 40-year-old facility. The Wenatchee Convention Center is smaller than competing venues in Yakima, the Tri-Cities, and Vancouver. The study looked at the increasing influence of the millennial generation and how it's looking for more open-air venues with advanced technology. The council has approved a recommendation to move forward with a possible plan of action. But Mayor Frank Kuhn says building a bigger facility is not the answer.
I think we get in trouble if we try to chase the Tri-Cities or Vancouver or Spokane and say we just got to make it bigger because we can get bigger conventions. I think in a lot of ways you're just sort of chasing your tail. As soon as we do that, someone's going to make one bigger. And at some point we got to figure out what we have and make it the best that we can make it on the footprint that we have to help downtown, to help the hotels that are attached to that, but not necessarily be trying to chase what everybody else is doing. Because it's got to be Wenatchee, what we can do best there, and I think stay focused.
The City Council has authorized spending $65,000 out of the Convention Center's budget reserves to pay for those conceptual plans. Well, it's time once again for the annual Fall Harvest Roundup at Rocky Reach Park, with lots of activities planned Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Trick-or-treat bags are available for children, and there will be hay rides, musical entertainment, and hot dogs. The Rocky Reach Park and Discovery Center will be closed Saturday to prepare for that event. Time now to find out what other events are happening around the valley for you to enjoy this weekend. Here's NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Join Lake Chelan this weekend to celebrate their annual Crush Festival. The barrel room doors swing wide open and the work in the vineyards come to the crush pad. Taste, stomp, dance, and experience harvest season firsthand. Join the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center for My Sky Family Day this Saturday from 10 to 3. All ages are encouraged to experience the fun of hands-on science at this free event. In the new My Sky exhibit, you can get your hands on a huge 5-foot wide model of the moon, explore close-up images of what the sun looked like on your birthday last year, and invent your own new constellations. The exhibit will introduce you to scientists, artists, and other people who are inspired by the sky above us. Head over to Roslyn for their annual Mountain Ale Festival this Saturday from 1 to 5 in the Roslyn Yard. Enjoy local Pacific Northwest brews, live music, food, and fun. Must be 21 or older to attend. And finally, Fall Harvest Roundup is this Sunday from 1 to 4 at the Rocky Reach Discovery Center. This year is guaranteed to be a knee-slapping good time. Rocky Reach Dam will have Cowboy Buck and Elizabeth and the Bobbers fishing music here to entertain your entire family. Your kids can play educational games or go on a hayride, and Mama D's will be set up in the park if you would like to buy lunch. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Are you like many who are lacking in their retirement plan but are skeptical to talk to an advisor? Are you concerned about where you should put your money or who to trust? At Solomon Financial, we are more about the people we serve than policies or products. We are a fee-based fiduciary with the mission of giving you the peace of mind so you can live the retirement of your dreams. If you have any of these questions or concerns, we'd welcome you to come see us.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. When she joined Congress last year, Kim Schreier signed up for the House Agriculture Committee. In tonight's feature story, the freshman 8th District Democrat told NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins she wanted to do her best work on behalf of the region's farmers and help to eradicate childhood hunger.
What are you hearing from orchardists or wineries even concerning how trade war, tariffs, things like that are affecting their business and their ability to get to markets?
A significant portion of our orchardists' crops are for export. And when that doesn't happen because China says too expensive, not going to buy, or people will not pay for them, then it hurts our farmers' bottom line. And then when that happens, the entire economy suffers, right? If the farmer suffers, he's not buying new equipment, the manufacturers are suffering, all of the employees are suffering. And so making sure that we get good, solid trade deals that can't escalate into these tariff wars is critical for the farmers in this district.
One of the things that ag policy deals with is SNAP benefits, things that we sometimes call food stamps.
Right.
There's proposals, at least one proposal by the Trump administration to start severely limiting the availability of SNAP benefits. The rule as proposed, as I understand it, would subtract about 175,000 Washingtonians from the SNAP program. Any motion in Congress to amend that, change that, try to protect those benefits for people?
You know, I sometimes stand back and think, how does the administration choose which cuts to make? I mean, this is clearly one that is taking people who are already just hanging on by a thread and making life tougher for them. And just to be clear, SNAP benefits are not generous. It's $1.40 per meal, and I would challenge anybody out there to try to get by on $1.40 a meal. And you know, this concept of categorical eligibility, which is a big mouthful of words, it is what makes it possible to have temporary assistance for needy families recipients also get SNAP benefits, and then for those children who attend school to also have free and reduced cost meals at school. And so essentially what this is doing is just making for better students and better workers, and it's giving a helping hand to families who need it. And when you take that away, you get a ton more paperwork. You get kids with a stigma because they have to get a special, to stand a special line or to have special recognition for needing that help in school. This is the wrong place to be making cuts, especially right now. People are already having trouble getting by.
Time now to take a check and check out your North Central Washington weather forecast. Before we do that, let's take a beautiful look this time from our Wenatchee Heights camera. This is our cross camera looking down at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley. Isn't that a great clear video of what it looked like this afternoon? The Columbia River, of course, between East Wenatchee and Wenatchee, and all kinds of bright, beautiful blue sky and sunshine out there this afternoon. Unfortunately, that didn't translate into warm temperatures for us around most of North Central Washington. In fact, we were still below normal out there today, unofficially at 55 degrees. That's a little bit better than we've seen the last couple of days, but still 9 degrees below where we should be at 64 degrees. Once again, look at that low temperature, 29 degrees this morning. Normal is 43, not even close to the record low for this morning, though. That was in 2009, only 23 degrees. 5.93 inches so far. That's where we're sitting as far as precipitation goes since January 1st. Sunrise this morning, 7:13, and the sun will set for us tonight at 6:21. Let's take a look and see how that Saturday shapes up for you. I mentioned yesterday we are seeing a slow warming trend, but I'll tell you what, it's slow and it's slight as we make our way through the next couple of days. Almost 60 for Moses Lake tomorrow, 59, 58 in Ephrata, 54 in Ellensburg. We will see 56 here in the Wenatchee area, 53 in Leavenworth, 54 for your Saturday in Chelan. So not too bad a day if you're heading maybe to the lake one more time before it gets really cold here in North Central Washington. And the high temperature in Omak tomorrow at 56 degrees. Now as we look at that surface loop, we'll see at the end of it where the changes come in, but not in the meantime. Mostly clear skies tonight. It will be cold once again with those clear skies. These are 30-degree temperatures, and they will creep over into the Wenatchee Valley and all back into Montana and the northern plains. By Saturday, we will see a slow increase in cloudiness, mainly because of this frontal boundary that will move through. It's very dry, so just a few scattered showers in the west and just some clouds for us, and that means maybe partly cloudy skies for Sunday too. A light west breeze and warmer. Look at all of the upper 50s and 60s. That's right, 60s returning to our forecast as we get into Sunday and once again on Monday. In fact, Monday should be our warmest day of the entire week. Almost all of Washington State in the upper 50s to upper 60s, and then things take a turn for the worse. If you think wet weather is the worst anyway. Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. We will see a 20% chance for mainly evening showers. There's that frontal boundary, and there's the rain as it continues to move through the state. We are talking a very, very light shower activity. A little bit heavier and a little bit better chance for rain on Wednesday. Mostly cloudy. We'll see a 40% chance of rain, all circulating around this area of high pressure, or low pressure rather, off the coast of British Columbia. And then Thursday, look at that. That is some heavy rain in southwestern Washington. Also the Puget Sound area with some snow in the Cascades. Thursday looks to be very wet, and that also will mean Friday's wet and into even our next weekend. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune 7-day forecast. Tonight a little bit better as far as temperatures go, 33 degrees. We'll see 56 for our Saturday. As I mentioned, expect increasing clouds throughout the day on Saturday. Partly cloudy and a slight warm up for Sunday and 60. 59 on Monday with mostly sunny skies, and then that rainy weather moves in. Tuesday late in the day, a 20% chance for rain and 57. 40% chance for rain at least on Wednesday and Thursday. That may even go up on Thursday, but will stay mild with high temperatures near 60. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Some jobs take more than skill. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support law enforcement, firefighters, teachers, and veterans. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy finally Friday to you. The Eastmont Wildcats are off to a 5-0 start this season. Narrowly escaped a Big 9 game and double overtime last week in West Valley. The Davis Pirates, meanwhile, 3-2 overall, 1-0 in Big 9 play. The two teams meet tonight at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee. And Eastmont coach Michael Don says he expects Davis to be ready for the challenge.
They look fundamentally sound, both offensively and defensively. He got an old coach from the Big 9, or old Mid-Valley days, Coach Altschuler and D coordinator. Old name, hadn't seen in a long time. They got some basketball players out that hadn't played for a long time. They've got Jose Reyes, Defensive Player of the Year in our league for basketball, out playing quarterback for him, dynamic athlete. They got can't remember his first name, but Cook, another basketball player playing wide receiver. I'm going to guess it's his brother because they both have first names that start with an M and last name Cook, playing outside linebacker. And they got some kids who can run, and they're good space athletes. And we expect a good challenge. They're 3-2 for a reason, and they're playing a lot better football than they did last year. And he's got kids excited to play football.
Junior defensive lineman Max Prazer is a multi-sport guy who says his winter extracurricular activity helps him in football.
I think wrestling definitely helps you move know how to use your body and know how to bring your hips, and it helps a lot with balance, I think.
Yeah, leverage quite a bit. So tell us about Max Prazer off the football field. What do you like to do?
I mean, I like to hang out with friends, and I like to do stuff outside. I like to go fishing and boating, jet skiing, stuff like that, you know.
What kind of fishing? Salmon, trout? What do you like?
Bass fishing, trout fishing, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. When you get done with high school, what's your plans? Where do you want to go, and what do you want to do?
Well, I want to play college football, and I want to be a teacher.
We'll have Davis and Eastmont featured on our Friday Night Lights tonight. I'll be alongside Grant Olson for your play-by-play. Pregame begins at 6:45. The Wenatchee Panthers are down in Yakima taking on the West Valley Rams tonight. So far, Wenatchee's Nate Blauman is having an incredible season, rushing for over 800 yards in 5 games. Coach Scott Devereaux says teams are eventually going to bring more guys in the box to stop the run, so they'll have to have a different attack.
He's worked hard. Guys up front are doing a good job. We expect some of the teams coming up to be better than the teams we played, and they're going to be doing some things to try and stop that, and so we got to get our passing game ramped up, and we got to get some counters off what we do best, and so when teams can stop us eventually, then we've got to have an answer for it.
The week-to-week grind of being a senior and keeping your grades up and participating in extracurricular activities can be tough. Nate Black has added to his plate with big plans for the future after high school.
I'm planning on applying for all the service academies, which includes the United States Military Academy, United States Air Force Academy, and United States Naval Academy. So that's what I'm planning on doing with my future. My great uncle, he went to West Point and kind of following in his footsteps, but I also want a career I want to fly attack helicopters, so that's kind of what I want to do for a career.
Wenatchee West Valley kickoff at 7 o'clock in the Rams' new stadium in Yakima. Here's the rest of the prep football schedule for tonight. Moses Lake trying to earn its first win of the season at Eisenhower. The game of the week probably in Omak with the Pioneers host Cascade. Kashmir plays the Chelan Goats in the 66th battle for the bronze shoe. The Goats haven't held these shoes since 2014, by the way. Battle of the Basin is in Ephrata, where the Tigers host Quincy. Manson is at Kettle Falls, that is. Waterville Mansfield hosts the defending state champion Elmira Cooley Heartline Warriors. And Etihad is at Soap Lake. All those games kick off at 7 o'clock. Turning back the page to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard in girls soccer yesterday. Omak topped Chelan 2-1. Kashmir blanked Okanagan 1-0. Lake Roosevelt shut out Manson 2-0. Quincy got by Grandview 2-1. And Ephrata eked past East Valley 1-0. On the volleyball courts last night, West Valley swept Eastmont 25-15, 18 and 14. Wenatchee took care of Sunnyside in 3, winning 25-12, 20 and 21. Okanagan blanked Kashmir 3-0. Etihad survived against Riverside Christian 3-2. Waterville Mansfield topped Tonasket 3-0, and Ephrata swept Wapato in 3 games. Eastmont and Moses Lake were victorious in the Lions Pool in Yakima yesterday. The Wildcats beat Sunnyside 122-42, and West Valley 128-44. The Chiefs topped Ike 113-67, and Davis 123-64. It will be Houston and New York in the American League Championship Series. Houston scored 4 runs in the first inning en route to a 6-1 victory in Game 5 of the ALDS against Tampa Bay last night. The 4 runs were pretty much all that Astros starter Garrett Cole needed. He ran his postseason record this year to 2-0. He went 8 innings, allowed 1 run, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. Game 1 of the ALCS Saturday in Houston at 5:08 on Fox. Game 1 of the NLCS underway. St. Louis playing at Washington. There's a full slate of college football coming up tomorrow. Washington State plays at number 18 Arizona State at 12:30 on FS1. Eastern Washington will kick off at 1:05 on the red carpet against Northern Colorado. Central Washington has a home game at 6 against Azusa Pacific, and Washington will play at Arizona tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Prep schedule for the weekend: Cascade hosts Omak in girls soccer tomorrow morning at 11. Quincy travels to Ellensburg at noon. Ephrata also has a noon kickoff at Grandview, and it's 1 o'clock. Kashmir hosting Moses Lake. Sunnyside at Wenatchee, and Eastmont travels to West Valley. 4 p.m. Davenport at Manson. There's also 2 volleyball games coming up tomorrow. Waterville Mansfield plays at Liberty Bell at 12:30. Eastmont hosts Sela at 1 o'clock. And the Wenatchee Wild are back at the Town Toyota Center this weekend, taking on the West Kelowna Warriors in a couple of games. Both games start at 7:05 tonight and tomorrow. If you want to see a preview of the weekend series, watch the replay of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley tonight at 11 o'clock. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, with snowy weather having already descended on much of the state, a lot of people have been asking state officials if studded tires will be allowed early this year. No, says the Washington State Department of Transportation. It would take a large statewide snow event to change the November 1st date that became legal. And with no such event in our forecast, you'll likely need to wait. Now with a look at what's coming up on Monday's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, here's Dan Kuntz. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. I hope everybody has a fantabulous weekend. We have a great lineup of guests next week on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Our favorite, Darcy Christopherson, will be dropping by from the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Also, Jessica Johnson from Sage, alongside Hank, will be on this program next week. And also Ramon Rivera from Mariachi Wenatchee, just among the many guests who will be joining us next week on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a great weekend. Go Yankees! We'll see you Monday. Back to you, Grant.
Go Astros. That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, make sure you stop by Sangster Motors. They're your locally owned and operated Buick and GMC dealer offering 4 acres of new and quality used inventory. Their philosophy is simple. They offer you the best product at a competitive price, all with impeccable service. Stop in today, have some popcorn or coffee at Gear Up Java, let the kids play, and talk with one of the Sangsters about your next vehicle. You'll find them on the corner of 9th and Miller in Wenatchee or online at sangstermotors.com. Caring about your family is what brings you back to theirs.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.